Everyone's welcome to come to church here, but not everyone is welcome to volunteer with minors.
Local churches are walking a fine line between being welcoming and being selective with volunteers, especially when it comes to those working with your children. This week, a former New Spring Church volunteer was charged with fondling a 10-year-old boy. The church said it wasn't on campus grounds and they followed all precautions. Today, 7 News reporter Addie Hampton sat down with the local pastor to talk about how changing times are challenging worship and how they will overcome it.
The one place that we want to be safe on Sunday mornings is the church.
Says David Pearson, operations pastor at Springwell Church in Taylors.
Are on Sunday mornings.
He's charged with matching the right volunteer to the right ministry. And when it comes to Springwell kids, there's a lot of hoops to jump through.
We want to make sure that all of our minors here are incredibly safe. And so we're going to ensure that by running background checks, by doing interviews with all of our volunteers.
Add in armed guards walking the halls, a computerized check-in system, and several volunteer policies, including who can be in the bathroom with kids. And there are times that children's ministry can seem more like Fort Knox. They aren't alone. It's happened at churches all over the Upstate.
When I started in children's ministry 15, 16 years ago, we allowed volunteers just to come and work with kids.
But Pearson said changing times come with changing policy.
If you're overly anxious to work with children, if you're overly anxious to work with students, that's somewhat of a red flag sometimes for us. In a perfect world, this would not have to happen.
Pearson said the challenge is the church isn't a place for perfect people.
Actually, the church is a hospital. The church is a hospital for people who are broken, people who are hurting. And so because it's a hospital, we have to make sure that we're inviting folks from all walks of life to come into the church, yet still maintain a safe environment.
He says that's why there's policy.
Everyone's welcome to come to church here, but not everyone is ever going to be welcome to work with minors because the safety of our children, the safety of our minors comes first.
In Taylors, Addie Hampton, 7 News.